Handsaw. The classic handsaw still remains a basic tool in all construction work. Its large teeth with special triple bevel sharpening are designed for fast crosscuts and rip cuts through thick boards and beams. The main working characteristic here is the number of teeth per inch of blade. The lower this number, the faster the work moves, but the cut itself becomes rough with torn edges. Beginners often make the mistake of pushing on the blade with full force during the forward stroke. Because of this, the thin metal simply bends and jams inside the wood. Proper technique requires light, steady movements, and then the tool cuts into the fibers under its own weight. Hacksaw. A hacksaw is used for cutting metal pipes, threaded rods, and hard plastic. The design consists of a rigid C-shaped frame with a thin, narrow blade mounted under strong tension. The teeth here are extremely small, and their number can reach 32 teeth per inch. The most important rule when assembling the tool is pointing the teeth strictly forward away from the handle. Metal cutting happens only during the forward stroke away from the body. If you aggressively rub the blade back and forth in both directions, the small teeth will instantly overheat and become completely smooth within just a few minutes. When working with thick steel, mechanics often add a little machine oil onto the cutting line to reduce friction and extend the life of the blade. Reciprocating saw. In the world of demolition and rough remodeling, there is nothing better than a reciprocating saw. Builders call it the wall destroyer because of its ability to cut through old wooden framing, together with hidden nails, rebar, and pipes. A heavy, powerful motor forces the strong blade to make back and forth movements at extremely high speed. Holding such a machine in your hands is not easy because of the intense vibration. The main danger when working in enclosed spaces is hitting hidden live electrical wiring or cutting into a pressurized water line. That is why a reciprocating saw is used during the major demolition stage when all main utilities have already been completely disconnected. Japanese pull saw. A Japanese pull saw works completely differently compared to European versions. Its teeth are pointed toward the handle, which means cutting happens during the pulling motion toward the body. This design allowed engineers to make the steel blade incredibly thin. It does not deform under tension, so the cut becomes extremely thin and very clean. Furniture makers use this tool for delicate trimming of dowels, protruding tenons, and creating perfect woodworking joints. Trying to cut rough construction lumber with cement residue or nails using this saw will instantly destroy the fragile, hardened teeth, which cannot be sharpened again. Jig saw. An electric jig saw is designed for cutting curved lines, circles, and complex patterns in sheet materials. The thin blade is fixed only on one end and moves rapidly up and down. Because there is no rigid support underneath, the blade often bends to the side on thick materials over 40 millimeters. To get a perfect cut without chips on the visible side of the material, craftsmen use special anti-splinter inserts or turn the workpiece upside down. The blade speed must be adjusted depending on the density of the material. For example, plastic is cut at the lowest speed so the edges do not start melting from friction heat. Circular saw. A handheld circular saw is the main tool during frame house construction. A powerful motor spins a heavy carbide-tipped blade up to 5,000 revolutions per minute. The speed of ripping boards along the grain is incredible, but this tool requires extremely strict safety rules. The most dangerous problem with circular saws is kickback. If the wood is wet or has internal tension, the cut can close behind the blade. At that moment, the spinning metal jams instantly, and the saw is violently thrown backward directly toward the operator. A craftsman must always stand slightly to the side of the cutting line and never block the safety guard. Bandsaw. A bandsaw is a vertical machine inside which a continuous steel blade moves around two large wheels. Because the blade constantly moves downward, the workpiece stays firmly pressed against the table, which eliminates kickback. This machine is used for extremely complex curved cuts in thick wooden beams or for resawing logs into thin strips. The cutting height here is limited only by the size of the machine itself. The main concern for the operator is proper blade tension and accurate adjustment of the guide blocks. If the blade tension is too low, the cut becomes wavy, and excessive tension can cause the steel blade to snap directly during operation. Table saw. A table saw or circular saw bench is the heart of any professional woodworking shop. Here, the saw blade is rigidly fixed in the center of the table, while the craftsman pushes the wooden workpiece forward along the guide fence. This makes it possible to achieve perfect part geometry with accuracy down to tenths of a millimeter. The main mistake beginners make on this machine is feeding material with bare hands too close to the spinning blade. For safe work, special push sticks must be used. It is also strictly forbidden to cut material without a riving knife, which prevents the blade from binding and stops dangerous kickback of wood toward the operator's face.